Hi everyone, my name is Patty, and our story today is Miss Rumphius. The story is, and the pictures are by Barbara Cooney. Ooh, and some beautiful lupines. Let's see what happens to Miss Rumphius. Oh my goodness, there's a little girl. The lupine lady lives in a small house overlooking the sea. Let me show you her house. There it is, and the ocean is right in front of it. Her house is in between the rocks. Around her house grew blue and purple and rose-colored flowers. The lupine lady is little and old, but she wasn't always that way. I know this because she is my great aunt, and she told me so. Once upon a time, she was a little girl named Alice, and she lived in a city by the sea, where the front stoop she could see the wharves and the bristling masts of the tall ships. Many years ago, her grandfather had come to America on a large sailing ship. Probably looked like some of those, right? Let's see what happened. There was one of the ships that he came on. You see that? Oh my goodness, and it looks like he's an artist. He makes things. Let's see what it says about him. Now, he worked in a shop at the bottom of the house, making figureheads for the ships and carving Indians out of wood to put in front of the cigar stores. For Alice's grandfather was an artist. He painted pictures, too, of sailing ships, of places across the sea, and when he was very busy, Alice helped him by putting in the skies. There she is. She's helping him. Let's see what happens next. Oh, wonder if you ever do this. If you sit on your mom or dad or grandfather's lap in the evening, that's exactly what Alice did. She would sit on her grandfather's knee and listen to stories of faraway places. And when he had finished, Alice would say, "When I grow up, I too will go to faraway places. I too will live beside the sea." "That is all very well, little Alice," said her grandfather, "but there is one more thing you must do." "What is that?" "You must do something to make the world more beautiful," said her grandfather. "All right," she said, but she did not know what that could be. In the meantime, Alice got up, washed her face, ate her porridge, and she went to school and came home and did her homework every day. And pretty soon, she was all grown up. So let's see what happens when she's all grown up. I'm not sure. Oh my goodness, here she is. She really did grow up. Then my great Aunt Alice set out to do 3 things she told herself and her grandfather that she was going to do. She wanted to see faraway places, she wanted to live by the sea, and she wanted to do something for the world. She left home and lived in a city by the sea. There she worked in a library, dusting books and keeping them in order, and helping people find the ones they wanted. Some of the books told her about faraway places. People called her Miss Rumphius now, since she was a grown lady. There she is. Looks like a nice library. Ooh, look at this place where she's going. Let's see what the inside of it looks like. Ooh, in the middle of the snow sometimes, she went to the conservatory in the park, and when she stepped inside on a wintry day, the warm air wrapped itself around her, and the sweet smell of jasmine filled her nose. "This is almost like a tropical island," she said, "but not quite. Look at that and all those beautiful plants." You think she's going to go to an island? Or maybe to the top of a mountain? I'm not sure. Let's see where she goes first. Look at that. She did go to an island. There she is with her umbrella. And she met someone very special. Looks like they became friends. So Miss Rumphius went to a real tropical island where people kept cockatoos and monkeys. Can you find them? Cockatoo? That's a bird. And monkeys for pets. She walked on long beaches picking up beautiful shells. One day she met Bapa Raha, king of a fishing village. You must be so tired. Come into my house and rest. And there she met his wife. Mr. Bapa Raha himself fetched a green coconut and cut a slice of it off so Miss Rumphius could drink the coconut water inside. Before she left, he gave her a beautiful mother-of-pearl shell on which he had painted a bird of paradise. Oh, I think that's it. You will always remain in my heart, were the words on the shell. And she said to him, you will always remain in mine too. Ooh, looks like a beautiful place to live. Let's see where she goes next. Whoa. Looks like she went up mountains and even out in deserts. Oh my goodness. My great aunt, Miss Alice Rumphius, climbed tall mountains where the snow never melted. She went to jungles and across deserts. She saw lions playing and kangaroos jumping. And everywhere she made friends she would never forget. Finally, she came to the land of lotus eaters, and there, getting off a camel, she hurt her back. Uh-oh. What a foolish thing to do, she said. Well, I've certainly seen faraway places. Maybe it's time to find my place by the sea. And it was, and she did. Oh my goodness, so it sounds like she's going to head back home. And what a beautiful place she found. Oh my goodness. There it is. Isn't that beautiful? From the porch of her new house, she watched the sun come up. She watched it across the heavens and sparkle on the water. She saw it set in glory of the evening. She started a little garden among the rocks that surrounded her house and planted a few flower seeds in the stony ground. Miss Rumphius was almost perfectly happy, but not quite. There is still one more thing I have to do, she said. I have to do something to make the world more beautiful. But what could that be? The world is already pretty nice, she said, as she looked out over the ocean. I wonder what she'll do. Let's see. Look at this. So it looks like it's in winter time. See all the snow? She's still by the sea, but it's in the snow. And here she is in bed. It's no longer snowy because I see flowers. The next spring, Miss Rumphius was not very well. Her back was still bothering her, and she had to stay in bed most of the time. The flowers she had planted the summer before had come up and bloomed in spite of the stony ground, and she could see them from her bedroom window. Can you find the flowers outside her bedroom window? Lupines, she said. I have always loved lupines the best. I wish I could plant more seeds this summer so that I could still have more flowers next year. But she was not able to do that. Look at that. She even has a cane. She has to use a cane to walk with. Let's see what she does. After a hard spring came, Miss Rumphius was feeling much better. Now she could take walks again, and one afternoon she started to go up and over the hill where she had not been in a long time. "I do not believe my eyes," she said when she got to the top, for there on the other side of the hill was a large patch of purple and blue and rose-colored lupines. "It was the wind," she said as she knelt in delight. "It was the wind that brought the seeds from my garden here, and the birds must have helped too." Then Miss Rumphius had a wonderful idea. I wonder what her idea is going to be. Let's see. What she's going to do with all those flowers. Oh, I think I know what her idea is. What do you think? Looks like she's doing something there. She hurried home and got out her seed catalogs. Here's a picture of her looking over her catalogs. And she went off to the very best seed house for 5 bushels of lupine seeds. All that summer, Miss Rumphius, her pockets full of seeds, wandered over fields and headlands sowing lupines. She scattered the seeds along the highway and the country lanes. She flung handfuls of them around the schoolhouse and in back of the church. She tossed them into the hollows and along some of the stone walls. My goodness, everywhere. Her back didn't hurt her any more at all, and now some people called her that crazy old lady. That wasn't very nice. I think she wasn't crazy. She was doing something wonderful. Look at that. Can you see? What do you see all around? That's right, the flowers. They were called lupines. The next spring, there were lupines everywhere. Oh my goodness. Fields and hillsides were covered with the blue, purple, and rose-colored flowers. They bloomed along the highways and down the lanes, bright patches around the schoolhouse and in back of the church and down in the hollows and along the stone walls grew beautiful flowers. Oh my goodness. Miss Rumphius had done the third thing, the most difficult thing of all. Look at that. People were coming to see her. Look at all the children who came to see her when she got older. Yeah. My great Aunt Alice, Miss Rumphius, is very old now. Her hair is very white, and every year there are more and more lupines. Now they call her the Lupine Lady. Sometimes my friends stand with me outside her gate, curious to see the old lady who planted the fields of lupines. When she invites us in, they come in slowly. They think she is the oldest woman in the world, and often she tells stories of faraway places. When I grow up, I tell her, I too will go to faraway places and then come home to live by the sea. That is all very well, little Alice, says my aunt, but there is a third thing you must do. What is that? I ask. You must do something to make the world more beautiful. All right, I say. But I do not know what that can be yet. Look at that. She certainly made it more beautiful, didn't she? He even is gathering some to take home, maybe, as a present to his mom or a teacher or his dad. She lives up there at the top. The end. That was a great story. The name of this story was Miss Rumphius. Thank you for reading with me today. Bye-bye.